Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a singles weekend forecast. This is for March 13th, Friday, March 13th through Sunday, March 15th, or as I always say, whenever this reading finds you, it is meant to be heard. Today I'm going to be calling in my spirit guides, asking my spirits, what is next in love for you? What is coming your way? Please use these readings to help you to manifest a love that you are worthy and deserving of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life. I do have some charms, I have some initials, and I have lots of loving messages. So let's get started. Let's call in our spirit guides now. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. Let's see what they want for you. So let's see what Spirit wants you to hear. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that is meant to be heard today? What is it that you want us to know? I am listening for you now. Let's see what some energy messages to start. Creator Earth, an earth element. Okay, grounded. I want to put down roots. They're saying I want to feel at home with this person. So that could be the overall energy. The good kind. How about the good kind of people? How about the good person out there? The nice guy, the nice girl, the guy next door. I want a good person. I want a kind heart. So that's not a lot to ask for. Yeah, they're saying I'm tired of, I want to say the troublemaker or the person who always has chaos around them or always brings trouble wherever they go. Yeah, I just feel like just please avoid that for me. The spark of hustle. That came into me as somebody who is hardworking. That's important to somebody out there listening, that you work hard, you're hustling, you are making things happen. You could be doing one job, two jobs, kids, juggling, just doing a lot. And the last thing you want is somebody who's lazy. They're saying it's like, I can't handle lazy. I just can't. I can't handle, I'm not going to take care of somebody else. I'm not going to, be their maid, so to speak. So yeah, I want somebody who can also hustle. I like that. And moving beyond intention to belief. That their intention is pure, that their belief is in us, that their belief is in a future together. So they're setting good intentions towards you, that they're not out to hurt you, they're not out to hurt themselves, that they are genuine when they start this connection. So, okay, so those are all really good energies, aren't they? So those are all things that we're asking Spirit for. Those are things that we want to come towards us. Spirit, please share with me. I have peace. My intention is peace. Yeah, I'm going to say that there's this overall energy today and there's this kind of girl swinging on a swing, set and kicking her feet and feeling the wind and this feeling of going higher and higher. But then there's swans in the background. There's two swans in the background. I'm in the clouds. I'm on cloud 9. I want those intentions to be true and genuine. There's a sense of, it's unsettling to me to think of anything otherwise. Okay. And at what point in your life do you accept something that isn't valuable? Like you're not desperate, your value's higher than that. So yeah, it's a feeling of I won't accept anything less than. Okay, so that's where we're starting today. So not a bad place to start. I'm assuming that who Spirit's bringing into your life is going to make you feel very important based on even the energy. So let's see what the cards are saying. Woo, jumper. I have a Justice card. I have a 4 of Swords. I have an Empress, and I have a Hanged Man. So they are definitely saying after a period of time. It could be a longer period of time for some of you, and some of you it could be a short period of time. I definitely am feeling that I have gone through an emotional transformation. And maybe that's where this feeling of I won't accept anything than pure intentions, genuine feelings, and respect. So this feels like I learned my lesson from somebody, and I should never have let that person talk to me that way, treat me that way, disrespect me. So this time around, eyes wide open, and this feeling of fairness is the most important thing to me. So I'm looking at you clearly, and I'm looking at you coming into my life, and I'm saying to myself, my higher self, my future self, are you good enough for me? And that's not your ego saying, you know, like I have to have the best of the best. You have to have what's best for you. That's all it's saying. And if it's not good enough for you, then why bother? Okay. So this is fairness. This is you taking a really close look at who's being put in front of you. And I'm going to say making a much better and clearer decision this time. So just know your value, know your worth is really a lot of what I'm feeling today. I have a 4 of Pentacles. I have an 8 of Wands. I have a 5 of Swords. And I have a Fool. The 8 of Wands came into me with this Fool as time is being shattered. Look at the hourglass and the arrow with the fire. In like a blast, time doesn't matter. But it came in as time is being shattered, you know, like the wait is over, or this kind of infinite when is being shattered for this new beginning. So the time is now. They're also sharing with me, I have a tendency to hold back. Now, this could be the person coming into your energy that they could struggle with holding back. They could struggle with things like, I took care of somebody once and I don't want to take care of somebody again. I don't want somebody to be a finance, especially with the 4 of Pentacles. I don't want to be responsible for somebody financially. I want what you want. I want somebody who is going to hustle because I hustle. So I think there's something going on with that. You could both be very high generators of some kind, like whether high income generators, very high motivation energy where you get a ton done. You could be one of those people where people look at you and go, oh my God, you know, how do you get so much done? But there is a sense of hustle. There's a sense of, not in a bad way, in a good way, that I am making things happen. And, but it's with effort. And I don't want to be running around, making things happen, making a whole bunch of money, taking care of business, keeping a house clean, running errands and juggling. And somebody's just sitting there watching me do it all. So that I'm not going to sign up for. So I do feel that. But I feel this breakthrough of time. There's a sense of time is shattered. There's a shattering feeling, or even a feeling of time stands still. Because once that hourglass is broken, there's no more forward movement. Like the sand is gonna just kind of dissipate and finish out. So it's almost like time stood still. Okay. Stand still, stood still. It could be the moment that I meet you. Boom. You know, just this sense of you know, boom, my life changed, you know, a life moment, right? All right. So let's see what else they want you to know. I mean, can your life change in a moment? 100%. 100%. What are these guys? Let's go into some of these. I like that. I do like that. I have freckles. Somebody have freckles, fair skin. I have hospitality, working in hospitality, restaurants, hotels, anything that would be connected to casino industry, things like that. I have cheeky. I'm going to say kind of a cutesy sense of humor. That could be you. That could be them. I have stingy. I do feel like this person doesn't. They probably had somebody who took advantage of them in the past, that they gave everything to that person. And at the end of the day, they feel like that person took them for granted. So I don't necessarily am feeling stingy as much as I'm guarding myself with my finances. And I'm making sure that finances are separate, or that I'm not just giving it away. So somebody probably got hurt financially in a situation, and that's where that's coming from. I have stylish. It was a little bit of a look at me. So you could see this person, I'm going to say looking hot. Okay. Whether they think you're looking hot or they're looking hot, or that's how you describe them, as they're super sexy, super hot, something like that, like at least to you. I have impulsive. Okay. Came into me a little bit like in certain situations, like I get exasperated in traffic. I get exasperated when people are stupid, you know, and acting stupid. It was more of like a situational situation. Like they're not like that all the time. They just get like kind of hot, rolling their eyes and frustrated very quickly in probably situations that happen pretty frequently to them. So it could be just part of their personality, a little bit of a blowing off steam. I've got taller than you, Spirit saying. I have somebody feels like they're socially awkward. I don't think they're socially awkward, but I think they've gotten to a stage in their life where they say, when did I not stop liking people? Maybe they work in public, and they're just so sick of like public people. Like there's just so many people that you're just like, what the heck? So I don't think they're socially awkward. I think it was more of a feeling of, I'm just so sick of these people. And I think it's the environment that they work in. And I think it's a public environment. So they see everything. They see every type of person, every walk of life. And they see the rudeness. They see the disrespect. They see the they see the good in people too, but they also see a lot of, just kind of crazy out there. So I think this person works with the public. General public. So that's where this kind of like roll in your eyes and trying to not say the wrong thing and trying to hold it in, is coming from. Spirit, please share with me. I have a seeker of heart, a courtship. Beautiful. That is my Knight of Cups. I have a 7 of arrows, 7 of swords. I have an 8 of flames. It looks like a letter. Okay, letter, message. And I have a King of Swords, disciplined. I like the disciplined, with this sense of I'm trying to hold my tongue in this public environment. I'm trying to not get myself in trouble. But behind the scenes, when I'm with my person, I'm probably letting off steam and just saying, these people are crazy. So something is going on with that. But I think somebody's working with the general public. And if anybody out there works with the general public, you probably know what we're talking about. Seeker of heart. Okay. Can I have a clarification on that 7 of swords? It feels like a fear. You know, please don't lie to me. You know, just please respect me. I can't handle another, you know, I want the good, kind person for once. I have a 10 of flames, crash and burn. Yeah, I'm going to say I can't handle another big episode in my life. You know, like for somebody who's already gone through a difficult divorce, it's like the last thing you'd want is to get married again and go through another divorce, right? So that's kind of how it's coming into me. So I just can't handle it. So I'm going to avoid it at all possible costs. I'm going to, you know, choose better this time. The good news is you've got this beautiful king, and I'm going to say a message. There's a sense of hearing from somebody. And it could be as simple as a text message that they start to express their feelings to you slowly in these text messages, like, you know, you really turn me on. You're really hot. I'm really attracted to you. I'm more attracted to you than you know. You know, so there's a part of me that feels like there's these little hints or drops of emotion coming through with just even text messages. Okay. Hopefully they're telling you when you're in person as well, but I do feel like there's this kind of heartfelt, I'm just going to say messages of love, and that they're sweet. Maybe they make your day. You know, maybe you really like and look forward to receiving them. They're like love notes, you know, and it's maybe, you know, it's fun. You can tell this person's kind of falling for you and you're falling for them. And, you know, can you over a period of time see just through those types of communications that, you know, you're getting closer? Yes, absolutely. Let's get some initials. Let's see what they have for initials. Let's see. This could be first initials, last initials. Let's see. I've got these beautiful iridescent Scrabble letters. Let me get these stirred up. So we got a good mix. And we'll get a handful of these down. Okay. Let's see what they say. I have a letter E. I have an S. I have an I. The letter B. I have a J. I have a L. U. T. E. L. A. G. J. N. P. T. And another E. Okay, so some of you, those could be a new person coming in. Some of you definitely connected to them. That's okay. Good. Spirit, what else do you want us to know today about this connection? What is important for us? I definitely don't want to invite in this. I don't want to invite in something that I know is going to turn into another episode in my life. I know that. Of course, none of us want that. I have a stormy weather. Yeah, this is a feeling of, I think a lot of us are afraid that we're going to go through it again. You know, like we've already gone through the storm and we're on the other side, we're single, and we're doing pretty good. And then there's this fear of, well, what if I meet somebody and I end up going through that kind of storm all over again? Some people will. Some people will definitely not. Some people will find a love that they want to share. They will be happy with the kind of this second chance of love, so to speak. They will be in a better place because they picked a different person because they were a different person. So could it be stormy again? Yes, but not necessarily. We have to think that it can be, you know, that I always like to think the fairy tale, the love, you know, the happily ever after. I've healed from that heartbreak. It took me a long time to heal. Well, the good news is if it took you a long time to heal, you're in a better place. You're not going to allow that back into your life. I have a burning passion for you. I do believe that. I do believe when they said you're looking hot and this kind of energy where it was kind of like, boom, you come into my life. That shattered time stood still a moment ago. I do feel like it lights something up inside of you, whether it's I feel instantly connected to this person. I feel like I've known this person forever, they just said. I feel that we hit it off, chemistry, whatever. But I do feel that instant kind of, wow, I will say that. Unlocking new insight. They just shared with me that I want to see this person differently somehow. Maybe I want to try something different. Maybe I want to enter into a relationship with a different attitude, a different reason for being in a relationship. Okay. Sometimes when you're a little bit younger, you want to be in a relationship because you want to get married, you want to have kids. You might be in a different stage in your life where I'm looking for a companion. I'm looking for a best friend. I'm looking for somebody to do things with. So you have a different reason for that connection and what it is that you're looking for. So I feel like I'm entering into this relationship with just a different attitude, which is nice. Spirit, what sign do you feel like this connection is? I have a Cancer, nurturing. I have a Pisces, an intimate connection with a Pisces, intuition. I have Taurus, trust and patience with that Taurus. And I have a Capricorn, ambition. And I have a Aries. I have brave and I have passion with that Aries. So I do feel this, again, going back to hustle and bustle energy around this connection. We both have some kind of busy life. We both have, and I'm going to say outside of the norm, I mean, I think everybody's busy, but there's something about this particular connection, whether it's your energy, that you're both very lively, you're both very active, you both have big careers, you both have, it's almost like power, like a power couple, maybe. Maybe you're both bigger than life. And, you just both have a lot to offer, and that's okay. That's nice. Spirit, please share with me. But if you have a lot of energy and you have a lot going on in your life, you're attracting somebody that has that as well. Okay. So you're probably going to feed off of each other. Going to get a lot done is how I feel. Get a lot accomplished together. You make a great team. I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Hierophant. I have a Five of Pentacles. I have a Ten of Cups. It came into me as with the Hierophant, you will know in your heart. It's like you will be guided by your spirit guides. You will be guided by your lost loved ones. This could be one of those connections where you don't overthink it, which I would like to think. You feel it in your heart. You're trusting it. You're allowing it, they're saying. So a little bit of you let down your guard. Maybe that's the difference this time. I was willing to let down my guard, and it made all the difference in the world. Okay. So I do feel like we do make a good team in good times and bad. I do feel that with the Five of Pentacles. And I do feel like we are talking about a happily ever after with that Ten of Cups. I'm not afraid. This person wants to move it forward with my Chariot. They don't want to give up on this connection. They see it clearly. They're saying that there's not a gray area. There's not a what if or we'll see. It's either we're doing it or we're not. So I feel like this person is kind of full steam ahead. So I'm not holding back, which I like. Let's see what the charms are saying. I will say I have a full steam ahead energy. So when it does arrive, I feel like it will be pretty fast paced. I've got a beautiful bowl of charms for you today. Let me give these a little stir. And I do have some additional fine fun stuff in here. Let's go over here today and get a pinch. Let's see what they say. Get some letters. What's this guy? I have the letter D. I have a Virgo. This is I can flip it. Hold on. I need my little tweezer thingies. Let's see. A Scorpio. Okay, so Virgo, Scorpio, the letter D. All right, this is a petal, 5 petals. I'm going to go with the month of May. I feel flower, but I'm going to go with the 5 petals and the softness. They're kind of like rounded. I'm going to go with the month of May. I have a tree of life, planting a tree. I'm just a feeling of I planted a tree for a lost loved one. And maybe there's a bench there. Maybe it's a memorial place. So it felt like that's something our family did. Maybe we did it for a parent, grandparent, something like that. I have a tree. I have a flower in a little container, but how it came into me was people who plant annuals. I'm not a planter. It came into me how you buy like the trays of all the different flowers and you kind of break the little plastic thing or you pull out the little plant. And that's how it came into me. So somebody who's thinking about annuals, thinking about trays of plants, and they definitely go out and get the trays. Now, the next step is that's something we do together this year. So this person goes with you, whether it's like the garden center at Home Depot or the garden center near you, and we get the trays together, and it's kind of fun to have somebody with you doing that. Like I did it by myself last year, and this year I've got somebody to do it with. So that tells me I've got some activities planned with this person heading into the spring. I have a home. I plant fresh flowers every year, and that's something important to me. Okay, whether it's your home or their home. So I feel like that was a pretty good clue. I have a garden hat. I put a hat on when I do that. I have a big hat that I wear outside. That's my garden hat. Funny. I have a starfish, but I don't know if I feel so much the sea as much as I feel the star, just the star quality, that this person is was worth the wait, or wish upon a star energy more so. Okay, here's another star. So yeah, I'm going to go with this kind of star energy that, the stars are working, the universe is aligning, those things are happening. I have mittens. So that's coming into me as somebody has cold hands and feet more than anything. And it's something that they just always have cold hands. I have the letter Y also. So that is coming in, and there's a little bunny on that charm. So I feel like I have bunnies in my yard. I feel like at night they come out, they eat the grass. So that might be something that's just always, they're saying all kinds of small creatures in my yard. Maybe we have all kinds. So maybe we have like woods near our house and there's all kinds of little creatures in our backyard. So, but I like the annual flowers. I like the experience of us sharing it together. you know, like a weekend project. It's not a big deal, but it's something that I do. Spirit, please share with me. Maybe when, obviously, it gets nicer out. Maybe some of you still have snow, but when it gets nicer out. Let's get a timeline. When is this connection coming towards us? 3 months from now, the number 27. That would make sense. I'm recording this in March, so April, May, June. May, June. I have August being important. Lavender, smell of lavender. I have the next new moon. I have some numbers here, 27, 22, 49. I have time will bring a surprise. What did they say? Time is shattered. And there was a sense of wow. There's definitely a sense of wow in this connection, that whether you say it as, you know, my life changed in a moment's time, my life, you know, changed on a dime, the moment I saw you, you know, there's different ways we could say it, but it's all the same energy. Time will bring a surprise. So is this a surprise? Well, I'm going to say it is. 32. Let's get a couple more of these. I have May. I'm going to go with May. One more. The number 19. I have July. Could be a birthday month as well. 21, 19. I really have a lot of energy around May. I do. I have, could be your birthday month. Next spring, this spring, coming spring. Let's see what they have for loving messages. I feel like you've got hope looking into the spring months, spring love, right? Spring love blooms. How about that? You know, simple as that. It's not that far away. When you start to see the crocuses and the daffodils, you know, this love is appearing. Spirit, please share with me loving messages. Our connection runs soul deep. My most precious treasure is you. I appreciate you. Otherwise, you're not going to accept this love. You've made up your mind that you are looking for something genuine and respectful. Like you, right in the beginning, we had all those messages about how you're not going to settle and your high value and your worth. So you better be a treasure to somebody. I'm so happy the hard part is over. The hard part is finding you. The hard part is connecting to you and seeing if there's something, if there's something there. And once I realize that there's something there, then yeah, we keep going. Our time feels limited. I want to hold this moment forever. That felt like a first date that went on and on, you know, that it was supposed to be just dinner, but we ended up sitting there for hours. And I don't know, all of a sudden we realized that we'd, you know, been talking for 3 hours and it was like that. So I think our time together flies, which is always an indication that we're getting along pretty good. I love hearing stories from your past. Yeah, I'm going to say that time flies when I'm with you. And there's a sense of I can't get enough of it. So you're going to really enjoy each other's company for sure. And it's going to be, you know, we want to be together. Eventually it's going to be, we want to be together all the time. My family's crazy about you and I can't say I blame them. I do feel like I meet the family sooner than later. I wouldn't say that this is somebody who would hold that back. It could be as simple, I got to swing by my mother's house and drop something off. Why don't you just come? And to them, it's no big deal. They introduce you to their mother. The mother's like, hi, how are you? It's not like this big, huge deal. But it also tells me that they're very, very comfortable with you. It also tells me that they have nothing to hide. You're not going to be a secret, nothing like that. So I do feel like you become activated, so to speak, or introduced into their family like right away, within first few dates. Tell me your deep, dark secrets. I'd love you regardless. There's nothing you can't share with me. Be open, be honest, cry, be vulnerable. This person wants to know the real you. This person wants to see what's on the inside, and they're not going to run. I think they're stronger than that emotionally. So yeah, will you be close to this person? Absolutely. Very close. You know, whether it's a companion, a partnership, somebody you end up living with, or even somebody that turns into a future spouse. But you're going to be very close to this person. Time shattered the moment I met you. Time stood still the moment I met you. We had this incredible sense of a life-altering moment, right? That it's kind of this wow, boom, you're hot, you're sexy. And I feel like we both feel the same way. So you're definitely turned on by this person, and you definitely feel physically attracted to this person. So whether we just say great chemistry, or, you know, there's a lot more going on here than just physical, but the physical is good also. So let's put this out into the universe. If this isn't in your life today, we're going to ask Spirit to guide this to you. It's beautiful energy. It's great energy. It's a normal person. Thank you, Spirit. We want normalcy. And we're going to ask Spirit to bring this. If this is in your life, or some of these feelings are starting to happen to you, it's given you some sense of, okay, let's keep going with this. So let's ask Spirit to continue that connection. I am going to ask Spirit to guide you now. I want to thank Spirit, as always, for these messages. I do want to thank you for joining me. I love my weekend messages. They're a really fun reading for me, and I know you guys enjoy them also. Hit that like button for me, thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. Say something about the reading that you liked. Say something that you want to capture. You want this in your life. That's why we're here. And if you're interested in a private reading, please visit my website, KathyMammelin.psychicmedium.com. In the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody, as always. And we will see you again in another Love Messages real soon.